Hello, everyone. Today I want to welcome you to an episode of Happy Meadow Tales, where we will follow Robby the Rabbit and Benny the Squirrel and others in adventures and fun things that happen in the meadow. Join me as we get started on the new one. All right, hold on. Robby and Benny's Soaring Dreams. After their delightful afternoon and adventure in the pond, Robby and Benny get caught having the traveling bug. They often sat together by the entrance of their burrow and watched birds in many different shapes and sizes gliding gracefully through the sky. Robby had an idea that filled their hearts with excitement. They wanted to try to fly like the birds. Robby and Benny knew that becoming airborne was no small task. Birds had feathers and wings, while they had fur and paws. But they were determined to make their soaring dreams come true. They spent days observing the birds, especially the majestic eagle that circled high above Farmer Brown's farm. One sunny morning, as the sun painted the sky a shade of pink and gold, Robby shared his plan with Benny. "Benny, I've been watching the eagle fly closely, and I think I figured out how they fly. They use their wings to catch the wind and stay up in the air. What if we build something like the wings?" Benny thought for a moment and then nodded enthusiastically. "Robby, that's a brilliant idea. Let's gather some sticks, leaves, and feathers and see if we can make ourselves some wings." Robby and Benny set to work, collecting material from all over the meadow. They carefully crafted wings using sturdy sticks as the framework and covered them with leaves to mimic the feathers. Benny found some soft moss to use as padding, making their wings comfortable on their back as possible. Now, once their wings were ready, they climbed on top of a gentle hill. Robby was the first to try them out. He spread his leafy wings and leaped into the air. For a brief moment, he felt the wind beneath him, and then he tumbled to the ground with a soft thud. Benny rushed over to help him up, concerned but determined. "Don't worry, Robby. We just need a little bit more practice. Let's keep trying." And practice they did. Day after day, Robby and Benny climbed up that hill and flapped their leafy wings and hopped off. Sometimes they glided a little, and other times they crashed hard. But each time they learned something new. One afternoon, as they were about to give up, they heard a rustling in the bushes nearby. It was Ollie the owl, the wisest creature in the meadow. He had been watching their attempts from his tree branch. "Young ones," Ollie said, "if you want to fly like the birds, you need to believe in yourself and trust the wind. It takes time, patience, and a lot of practice." With Ollie's wise advice in their hearts, Robby and Benny continued their quest to fly. They practiced harder than ever and pushed through their doubts and fears. And then, one magical day, as they leapt into the air off the hill, they felt the wind lift them up higher and higher. They were flying! Robby and Benny soared above the meadow, their leafy wings catching the breeze. They giggled with delight, feeling the freedom of the sky. They circled above the burrow, knowing that they had achieved their soaring dreams. From that day forward, Robby and Benny became known as the Flying Friends of Happy Meadow. They spent their days exploring the skies and sharing their adventures with the birds, and spread the message that with determination and a little help from a wise friend, dreams can take flight. And so Robby and Benny's dreams continued to grow as they discovered the sky was not a limit. It was just the beginning of their incredible adventures. The end. Well, that was great to know and to follow along with their adventures and their determination to keep working and to keep trying. And they know that if they try hard enough, they will succeed. Like you will today if you try things. Maybe you won't succeed at first, but you will if you keep at it. Well, join us again on another adventure, and we'll see you in Happy Meadow.